This is a horror game, described in its time as a murder simulator and one which caused a lot of controversy for its gory content. Now, by 2026 standards, I really don't find it that bad, although that may just be a reflection on me, but still, viewers are advised to skip this video if you have a problem with blood, gore, and horror. With that warning out of the way, and the first one I've ever given on a video, Manhunt is a 2003 stealth horror game released by Rockstar, and oh, it was controversial. In the 90s and 2000s, there was a controversy about whether video games caused violence, something which younger viewers may not know. This seemed ridiculous at the time to people who played games. It was mostly people who didn't who said these things, older politicians and the like. It has since been debunked by numerous scientific studies. But this game was incorrectly linked to a murder. So this was one of those ones that people really didn't like. As a result, I was never allowed to have this as a kid, with it being blamed for an actual killing, but I did briefly play the first level of a friend's copy, and I've been curious about it ever since. I know this isn't my kind of game. I went into it very doubtful I would finish it, and the video length might tell you what happened here, but still, let's give it a try. We start off by learning that we were sentenced to death, executed and not really dead. We get a bit of a tutorial before committing our first spot of murder. The game is built around hiding from enemies and killing them when they can't see you, as fights with multiple guys will quickly kill you. We do get taught how to fight though before another murder, and then a series of guys to deal with. And you can see we're playing properly now, sneaking up and committing murder. Then a few more until we're done. Now, on to Doorway to Hell. Yes, the level names are all dramatic. We stab a peeing man before we head up and commit some more killing, and then learn the door we can't get through. We need something to break the lock. Some more murders get us into a building where we're ambushed, but we have a bat, so it was enough. That crowbar will get us through the door to a murder room where we kill the attacker here. Road to Ruin now. I wish I had a lot to say about this level, but honestly at this point I was starting to get a little bored. This game wins big points for the creepy horror vibe, but if that is something that doesn't interest you, as is the case for me, it feels like a basic and clunky stealth game. Still, I'm not ready to give up yet, even if the most interesting part of this level is that we get captured. Apparently we're white trash now. Oh no, that's the name of the level and who we're killing. That's fine then. These are new white supremacist enemies, so I have no issue killing. But they're no harder than the others. We get a nail gun though, which is cool, which is our first ranged weapon. I get a bit of use out of it, but not much else to say about that level. Fueled by Hate is the next one, and it contains my favourite moment while recording this. After taking out a few guys, we have to stop one of the guys from sitting out from all the murder and just watching porn. Yes, really. We break the power box, so he comes out, murder him, move on. We have to go and get some fuel so we can move the crane. I would have got back quicker, but I took a murder break. And by that I mean I took a break so we could do some murder. When we get back to the crane and refuel it, this is my favourite moment. 4 guys to kill here, and we do it by dropping a fridge on them repeatedly. That was fun, I like that. Rest of the level, not so much. Even if we did have a little nail gun shootout at the end. By this point I was more than ready to give up, but I thought one more level. So we move on to Grounds for Assault, starting with showing some creepy monsters I'm sure is the boss. I do some machete murdering in the game, I even get ahead in life. I had to make the pun. I didn't want to continue at this point, and when I eventually lost the fight, the head turned out didn't help me get ahead. I thought about it for a while, and then I quit. I'm done. So this doesn't happen much, right? I've done 12 videos so far on classics from the past that I missed. This is only the second one I haven't finished, with Revelation Persona being the only other one. Honestly though, I tried, but I was bored. The game really wasn't for me. The horror vibes are fantastic. If you're into horror, this is a game for you. For me though, it does nothing. I always find horror movies boring. So as for games, for me to enjoy them, they've got to be something special. They've got to have fantastic mechanics. They've got to have a strong story. That's how I enjoy the likes of Outlast, Alien Isolation, the Resident Evil franchise. But this wasn't good. Take away the horror, and what I found was a clunky, predictable game with mediocre and boring level design. Well, my recommendation would be to skip it unless you really want to see what the fuss was about or you're a massive horror lover. I even checked, I watched videos with like some of the future levels and stuff like that to see if it was going to get, well, I say better for me. No. Just even at the end stuff, there's like more range stuff later, you get guns and things like that, but again, it still wasn't for me. I'm happy I watched it, but yeah, didn't work. Watched it, happy I checked this out, happy I played it, but yeah, did not work. And that was Manhunt. A game I remember being talked about and really wanted to play as a kid, but it just wasn't for me. That's fine. That happens sometimes, and that's what happens when you try new things. It's still always worth doing it. I doubt I'll do the sequel, but hey, you never know. All I'll say is thank you for watching, and next time, well, next time I'm going to do the game that was bundled with my PS1, so it was my first PS1 game ever, and which I haven't played since. I'll see you then.